his birthday. It obviously means a lot to us as a family. You spend the whole month thinking about him in a more intense way, because I think about my father almost every day and my mother, but in a more intense way, I would say, when it comes to his birthday, because by being born, he led a tremendous life, brought joy and happiness to a lot of people, but more importantly brought freedom with his colleagues to a nation that was desperate for liberation. So I remember his traits. I was saying just the other day that he was a very rounded person, a deeply religious man, deeply gentle man for a revolutionary, but he was a teacher. He was a horse jockey. Not many people know. He used to ride bareback in the Eastern Cape in races, so was a tremendous horseman. He was a golfer, never really got to play. He would only play with Kenneth Kaunda in Zambia once or twice a year. But President Kenneth Kaunda would always tell me that your father was a superb golfer and would beat him regularly. He said his only problem with him, he said, my brother Oliver, I would have to say to him, please concentrate on the game, stop talking politics. But other than that, he was a very rounded person, and I loved him very deeply. I got unconditional love from him. I wish I'd spent more time with him, but as Johnny Makatini said to me one day, your father is not just your father, he's the father of a nation. And so you can't be selfish. You must let him do what he needs to do, and all of that. Basically, I feel privileged to have been his son and to have known him intimately. And my deepest regret, because their plan was, he always wanted Madiba to take over. He always wanted to pass the baton on to Madiba, to the next generation. And my deepest regret was that their hope was that they would return to a free South Africa and retire, him and my mother together, move around the country, give the occasional advice to the movement, etc., etc. So he never got to do that, but he knew that freedom was coming and that his mission had been completed. So we come to commemorate him with the rest of the community here, who we feel a strong part of and have since we came back from exile, because we love him, and he's loved throughout the nation, throughout the movement especially. And happy birthday, Dad.